I really should be embarrassed. Like, hello? I would like to get to know you. Come on, who doesn't love like a good rebellion story? Love it. Why are we being so rude about books? To be living in a world full of so many books is... Hello everyone. I've actually not prepared for this video, but I just wanted to show you guys all of the books that I've bought in the last few weeks. I got myself a little cup of coffee to not get too stressed about this. Because, let me tell you, it's kind of a lot of books. And I'm gonna get them out of my bookcase right now because, like I said, I haven't prepared for this. I just turned on the camera. I got back from a little week away with my parents, and I realized in that week that I was like, oh, I am buying a lot of books and I love it, but my wallet doesn't, and I'm a little bit out of money right now. So I'm gonna show myself how many books I've bought in the last couple of weeks in order to make myself feel a little bit embarrassed that I bought that many. That's kind of the whole gist of this video, pretty much, is to make me realize how many books I have bought and that I really should stop. But then again, buying books is kind of like my happy place, and life isn't that happy for me. It's not that great with all my chronic pain and mental health. So my mom was like, you know what, next time just buy one book instead of like a whole stack of books when you go to a bookstore, so you can still have the happy feeling, like the happy endorphins, but not like hurt your wallet as much as I did in the recent weeks. So I'm gonna get the books. They're all over the place, pretty much. Did I buy any more? Oh, yeah, I did. I really should be embarrassed. You know what I do remember is keeping all of the receipts, because I'm that smart. Okay. Oh man, it doesn't really say which books I bought. That sucks. Oh, with this one I did. Oh, this one I did too. What's in there? Oh, with this one I did too. So there are only two books that I can't really figure out where I bought that. Okay. I don't think we're gonna do it in order because that means that I need to shuffle around these kind of books, and they're quite a lot and heavy, so I'm not gonna do that. I've bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. 2 of them are hardcovers, so you can imagine that that was quite a price. Ooh. Hardcovers are like 30 euros. One of them was 36. Can you tell that I really don't have any money left? Like, I am out of money. But like I said, this doesn't happen all the time, okay? Like, normally I go to a bookstore like once every 3 months or something, because I have severe anxiety and I can't go outside on my own. So I have to like bring one of my parents, most of the time both of my parents, or when I'm hanging out with my sister, sometimes we also go to a bookstore. So this is all kind of new territory. I've never bought this many books in such a small amount of time. And I think I kind of went a little bit loose because I was having like a really good month health-wise. I went to the Westfield Mall of the Netherlands with my sister, and that's where I bought most of these books, to be honest. I bought 2 at the ABC, or the American Book Center in Westfield Mall, and then I also bought in that same mall, I bought another 3. So that's already 5 books, right? And then I had a little therapy session, and it triggered a little bit of emotions in me, and we were going out for lunch with me and my parents, and like 100 meters away there was a bookstore, and I was like, can we please go in there so I can get some happy endorphins, because I was really like on the verge of tears. Even while we were at lunch, I was like having flashbacks of things that happened to me, and it wasn't a good time, okay? So my parents took me to this bookstore, and that's where I bought another 2. yeah. And then I also went, I think this was the other way around, to be honest. I think the therapy session was after this one, but I went with, I'm just gonna call him a coach, but he helps me going outside, and like he helps me face my fears in a way of, he helps me go and take the train which is like a really big fear of mine, because there's like a lot of people, it's like a closed space, it's really scary. There's like no way out. And we went to Alkmaar to go to a bookstore to get myself some happy endorphins to take the train, to get like that excitement of, oh, I'm gonna look at books, oh, I'm gonna buy a book. So that's why I also bought one book. So I'll buy all 9 books. Yeah. I'm gonna have my other happy endorphin right now. Yeah, other people could say like, oh, you can also just go to like a cafe and have a cup of coffee, but to be honest, if I drink coffee, I'm like anxious. I can't drink coffee. That taste of coffee is not a happy endorphin at that moment. So it's literally like the only thing that makes me like really, really happy is the idea of throwing myself into a different world than my own world. A world where I don't have to be scared. I don't know. I like fantasy. I like all types of books, to be honest. Let's start. I don't know where most of these books are about, so we're gonna relive the happy endorphins that I had in the bookstore when I read the back. So, first one is an arcane inheritance. It's kind of like an Ivy League school with a lot of history, a lot of like scary things. It kind of made me feel like, what's that book? It's from the Rise of the Goldfinch. Why do I know the Goldfinch? I didn't even read that. Yeah, it's from Donna Tartt. And she wrote Secret History. The Secret History. That's what I was talking about. It kind of made me feel like that, but I'm gonna assume that this is a little bit easier to read than that book was, because that was a little bit of a mindfuck, to be honest. But like, interesting. I definitely did enjoy the audiobook from that one though. But this is kind of what gave me the vibe of this book, but then easier. You know, like a school with like dark histories, and then there's this character that's like, that feels like she's like the whole time having deja vu or something, where she's like, I feel like I've been here, but I feel like I've walked these halls, but I've never been here, right? And that just made me really curious, because I was like, what do you mean you've already been there? Like, what? How? So yeah, and also because it made me think of that book. So I was like, sounds like a good one. Could be like a good one. I don't have enough space on my desk. Then we have, oh, I bought this last week. Metal Slinger, which, oh yeah, I also bought a book for my mom. Which, look at that. Like, hello? I would like to get to know you. Metal Slinger, yeah. She was forged for war, he was born from it, and could their love be the deadliest weapon? Okay, well, that sounds pretty good to me. So it's kind of like an enemies to lovers. She lives in a world where it's kind of the, how do they call it? The exiles of a war the world forgot. So she's kind of living in there. I'm assuming she's kind of like a soldier too, because she has trained her entire life to protect her people and uphold a fragile peace. And then she meets the enemy, obviously. A Kenta soldier, and he claims that that her blood holds the magic, and that a rebellion is coming, and that she's like obviously like the rebellion leader. And oh, come on, who doesn't love like a good rebellion story? But like a little enemies to lover, and like the girl or whatever character is like having to like completely change her view of the world that she has like grown up in. And I just love those kind of books where the things they've learned in their life, in their upbringing, are like maybe not completely wrong, but like so different than the actual reality of it. I don't know, I really like it when these people are going into like a little midlife crisis, pretty much. It makes me feel a little understood, okay? So definitely wanted to read this one. I feel like I've heard from Metal Slinger, but I'm not sure. Okay, and then a little bit of a different book. The Blonde Who Came In From the Cold. I've never heard of this, but I was reading the back and it literally says 10 years ago they joined the CIA, 6 years ago he left the game, 5 years ago they fell in love, and then suddenly, I don't know what happened in the meantime. Oh yeah, and then 1 year ago she ran out into the cold with absolutely no intention of ever coming back. And then they wake up and they're bloody and bruised and handcuffed together in the dark. Nah, come on. Now, come on. Who doesn't love that kind of story? Like, what the heck happens? Hey, yeah. Love it. Then I mainly chose this one because look at that cover. Oh, look at that little doggy. Oh, so cute. Table for One. It's a funny and touching story about a smart young woman. Honestly, if I had my own home and I had a little kitchen, I would want this cover to be hanging in my kitchen. Like, isn't that cute? Okay, anyway, where is this about? Willow has everything worked out, the steady partner, the successful career, and the grown-up house. Until she doesn't. And she's cast adrift on the sea of heartbreak, facing a future with no clear path. Which her life transforms beyond recognition and her friends busy moving forwards, Willow has never felt more alone. But she's in good company. And when inspiration arrives from an unlikely source, she rekindles the relationship she longs for, but has long neglected. The one with herself. I think we all need to read a book sometime when honestly the most important person in your life is yourself. And if you can't be happy with yourself, then what are you doing? I don't know. I just really like this. Oh my god, there are things falling out. Oh, whoa. Oh, I got like little bookmarks from the ABC American Book Center. Good one. And then a little Jane Austen. Always a good one. I'm gonna put those in my bookmark collection. I have here like a bunch. Some made myself, some I bought. So yeah, it's always fun to read, and like I said, it was mainly the cover that did it for me, but the back also, I was like, this could be interesting, which is why I bought it. And then Wild Dark Shore, which when I bought it, nobody talked about it. A day after I bought it, everyone was reading it. I'm confused. What happened? Anyway, this is kind of like more of a thriller kind of book. Isn't it like it's a mystery, a psychological thriller. From what I know is there's this family that lives on a remote island, and suddenly a mysterious woman washed ashore. Apparently some weird things happen when she's there. That's all I know, really. That's all really the back says. It's like nobody really knows why she's here. Some things just don't make any sense when she's there, and everyone's just a bit confused. So that's mainly like the back from it, from what I gathered. Sounds really interesting. I don't read a lot of psychological thrillers, right? Yeah. I don't read a lot of that, but I do always kind of feel like intrigued, but I'm always scared that it's gonna be too scary for me, because I'm already a little bit messed up in the head, so I don't know if I should read that. But I've heard really good stuff about it now after I bought it. So then I've also bought The Wolf and the Crown of Blood, which is a series. Death is a savior who demands blood. A princess and a war-weary god meet in the ashes of a broken city, forging a pact in blood and sacrifice. Now centuries of fragile peace are on the brink of collapse. And this is the thing that made me grab it and never let go in the bookstore. The first sentence after that little thingy, it says Bryony was born to die again and again. And I'm just like, how does that happen? And then I just never let go of the book. And then the person that she's gonna date is an assassin. A killer. Like, okay, what's going on? Because his latest target becomes the one person he cannot destroy. Oh, guys. And when the boundary shatters, empires crumble. Because when gods fall in love with mortals, mortals are always the one to break. Yeah, I'm just too curious. I have to read this. I'm so excited for all of these books. And my coffee is getting cold. This is one that when we went to the Westfield Mall, funny story, my sister was like, oh my god, that was this like one TikTok or one reel, and it was like this girl that hold like a stack of books like this much of like one series, and I read the comments on that reel and it said that these books are like Throne of Glass but better. Yeah, that's this one. I love Throne of Glass. So I don't know how that can be much better, but I'm intrigued and I'm wanting to know. I just want to know like what's going on. And to be honest, it's like an interconnected series. So it's like, I believe that this is a part of a trilogy, the first one, and then you have like another series that's in the same world for like a few books, and then there's like, I believe, another series also in the same world, but then following different people, I guess. I'm intrigued. Assassins, apprentice. In today's crowded fantasy market, Robin Hood. I want to say Robin Hood. Oh my god. Robin Hobb's books are like diamonds in a sea of zircons. I have no idea what zircons are, but okay. He's the bastard of this royal family, and he's been trained as an assassin. So definitely a little bit different than Throne of Glass already, but okay. I don't know. And also, funny story, after I bought this, the day after, again, I don't know why Instagram does that to me. It said that this writer is overhyped, and I was like, I literally just see one video. I've never heard of this person. I don't know what's going on there, but it's kind of interesting that every time I like buy a book, the next day, I get a video saying that the books are overhyped, and I'm just like, why does that happen to me? Why are we being so rude about books? Anyway, I also bought, this is someone that I actually bought with that coach that brought me to Let Me Go Through the Fear of Trains. I'm so scared, but I bought Notes on Your Disappearance. It's the writer of The Wedding People, and I believe that everyone has heard about that book or read it. I haven't. Yeah. But I saw this one and I was like, that sounds kind of interesting, because her sister has passed away in this book, and it's kind of like a diary, a bit like, about like telling the sister who died, like, you would have loved this, or your boyfriend Billy was suddenly seen with this other girl, and I was just standing there being confused and horrified that he could be cheating on you. And it's just this really interesting book about a sister that died, and it kind of feels like you are that sister, if that makes any sense. I've already read this book, so I already know like how the story goes, and I just felt like every time I was in this story, I was like I was the person that was missing out on her life, if that makes any sense. I don't know, I just found it very beautiful to read in such a different way of like, I don't know, it was just like very daily stuff that happened. I mean, it's something that you never want to hear about, but life does go on after somebody passes, and that's what this book gave me. Like, the sister died, but her little sister's life kept going and her parents' life kept going, but then one of the parents kind of was like stuck in the past and the other one was fueled with so much anger, but they kind of like started to move on at some point. And also like how the parents had to deal with, you know, losing their oldest daughter also made them a little bit more overprotective of the daughter that they had left. That sounds horrible, but I don't know, it was just a very interesting read, okay? It was very interesting. I really enjoyed this one. I'm happy I already read one of the books, to be honest, that I bought. 2 more books. One was at the end. I bought The Second Death of Locke, but I love watching Ellen Catherine's YouTube videos, and I believe that she was talking about this one and she really liked that one. So she always says that she reads like her comfort zone is like romance, but every time I watch a video of her, it's always like romantic books, and yeah, I trust her. Let's just keep it with that. I trust her. She said this was very good. Do I know what it's about? Not really. The Second Death of Locke is a devastatingly romantic epic fantasy about the undying bond between a knight and a mage, set against the backdrop of a breathtaking fantasy world. Honestly, that's... Ooh. Okay, I just opened a page. Don't read anything, but I just saw a picture and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Anyway, to be honest, a free fantasy book sounds good to me, so that's kind of an issue for me. And then I also bought, this is the last one. My coffee is getting cold. Anyway, this is the last one. I swear. Heir of Illusion. She's not the pet they tamed, she's the beast they let inside, and she will show no mercy. Doesn't that sound hella good? Like, that's literally all it says here. And again, I just grabbed this one and I never let it go. Even when I saw the price, I was like, nah, still, you're gonna come with me. Another beautiful book. Also, like the snakes on it. I love books with snakes. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Welcome to the kingdom of secrecy, betrayal, and no mercy. Forced to play the role of obedient pets, he plots in secret to destroy him and break free of his hold. When a mysteriously handsome reaper from Death's realm arrives, hunting the same weapon Ivy needs, the enemies collide in a reluctant alliance brimming with tension. But as the search uncovers whispers of a dark power that threatens the entire kingdom, it becomes clear that nothing on the Isle of Illusion is what it seems. It is that I'm already reading a book right now, because otherwise I would pick this up and never let it go. Because that sounds so good. Happy endorphins indeed. I feel like my hair just got like really messy. Oh, I love books. To be living in a world full of so many books is... I need to like contain myself for a second. Okay, let me just finish my coffee and like... That was too much excitement. Yeah, it just felt good to do. But now I don't feel guilty at all, because I'm just like, this was like... I can't stop smiling, so why would I feel guilty about spending so much money on so many little happy moments? This was not good. This was not good. This has the opposite effect of what I wanted it to have. I wanted to feel embarrassed. I wanted to be like, reading the back in the bookstore is like so much better. But like, when you read the back here, it's just as good. Maybe even better, because you know that you already own it and you don't need to buy any. Maybe I should do that more often. Go shopping in my own bookstore. This is my bookstore. Okay, anyway. These are all the books that I have bought in the recent weeks. I'm happy. I'm content. There was a very good video to film before my therapy session. Because now I'm just like, the world, it can't stop me anymore. I have a million books to read. I feel great. I feel like I look so insane in this video, but I just feel so happy right now. I can't contain it anymore. Like, it just makes me so excited to read. Anyway, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I looked a little cray-cray. That's what books make me. That's just my inner little child's coming out, being like absolutely in love with life. I'm just so happy books exist. I'm so happy that books found me. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week.